Obeluki. Question 2, Obeluki. Question 3, Obeluki. Question 4, Obeluki. Kilawashi, Dashiti. These virtues are expressively recommended in Quran chapter 3, verse 102, where the faithful are instructed as follows. See, the first thing is that there is Iman. The assumption is that first there is Iman. There's no doubt about that. And that's why the Almighty Allah is addressing Al-Mu'minun. Then next, what is the next? You are at the battlefront. We have said it. No answer. You have no answers to any of the questions. So, be hearing an inner voice telling you that don't cheat. Let the inner voice repeating it. Don't expect it from anybody. Don't expect. I told you in the past. Don't expect an invigilator. Be your own invigilator. You be it yourself. If things had been going on well, we wouldn't have needed invigilators. We would have left you alone. Tomorrow, you are on your own. Today, you are on your own. Be your own invigilator. Don't cheat. And here Allah is saying that Iman is there. It is assumed. Now, to demonstrate Iman, don't look here and there. Don't cheat. As if Taqullah is not sufficient. So, Taqullah, be conscious of the Almighty Allah as He ought to be conscious of. At that point, it has to occur to you that Allah is there. Allah is the super invigilator. Anytime you are alone, anytime you find yourself lonely, anywhere, let it never occur to you that you are alone. You are never alone. Right? Allah, you are okay. What should ask your mind is that the super invigilator is over there. Be conscious of the Almighty Allah as He ought to be conscious of. Fear Allah as He ought to be feared. Give your identity to the Almighty Allah as it ought to be kept. And die not, except as a Muslim. Even the process of cheating, you die. You don't die as a Muslim. La yazni zani ina yazni mu'min. Wala yabishu radashi in cheater. In the process of cheating, it's not a moment. The moment you start anything that violates the ethics of Islam, you are no more a Muslim, you are not a man. If you die in the process, you die a kafir. That's why the Quran is repeating to contextualize this instruction, let us ask ourselves this question. How should a student fear Allah as Allah ought to be feared in an examination hall? How should a student be conscious of Allah in an examination setting? The answer is not far-fetched. In an examination hall, even when you are alone, you should instantly feel the presence of Allah. To be conscious of Allah, you should feel that you aren't alone. You should recall the prophetic revelation of Quran. When Jibril approached the Prophet and said, Ma huwa al-Islam? He answered. Ma huwa al-Iman? He answered. He came to Ma huwa al-Ihsan. What is the status? The level, the state of Ihsan. he answered, Al-Ihsanu an ta'budallaha ka'annaka tarahu. So at that point, when you have forgotten all the answers, attend to the questions before you as if you are looking at the Almighty Allah. Because even though you may not see Him, the Prophet is assuring us that the Almighty Allah sees every one of us. And look at this verse. There is no point in time. There is no utterance you make. Atid is there. That is one of the angels supervising you. Rakib is there. Another angel supervising you. And the Rakib is with you. And the angel Atid is with you. Not to talk of the Almighty Allah who created Rakib and Atid. Allah who sees without an eye. Your Creator sees through an eye. Allah doesn't see through an eye. The super invigilator doesn't see through an eye. He doesn't hear through ears. And he knows well ahead of the occurrence of any events. Why do people violate the instruction? The instruction that we should be conscious of Allah, even at the point when you have no answers at all. People violate the virtues of piety. They violate the virtue of righteousness, submission to the will of Allah, God consciousness, and faithfulness. Not because they are ignorant of Allah. They are not ignorant of Allah. Not because they are ignorant of His superior and divine attributes, but because they easily yield to material wealth. They allow the satanic soul to overwhelm them, and they are carried away by the immediate material gains they will make. They allow all these things to dominate them to the detriment of their future and to the detriment of the hereafter, because when it comes to the hereafter, the tendency is for human beings to see, to perceive a day that is far, far off. You see that day far, far away, but Allah sees it as something that is close at hand. The foregoing has shown that examinations are conducted to determine the extent of student achievement and their respective performance levels. The process enables the system to classify examinees according to their labor, according to their performance, so that those who are extremely hardworking end up with a first class. Those who are next to them end up with a second class upper. The next to this batch obtains a second class lower. The lowest in hard work take a third class, while the lazy ones have no class at all. They are not classified. This corroborates the Quranic assertion that Man amila salihan falinafsihi. Before the exam, your lecturers will be warning. They will be advising, work hard, make hay when the sun shines. Those who heed the advice on the day of examination, they smile. Those who refuse to heed the advice will discover that they were undoing themselves. Whoever works hard and do good, that person does so in his own interest. And whoever does otherwise does so to his own detriment. And your Lord is never unjust to anybody. If the result of an examination comes out and you discover that it is not favorable to you, don't blame the Almighty Allah, because because on that day, you can liken that day to يوم تبلى السرائر. That day, فمن يعمل مثقال ذرة خيرا يرى ومن يعمل مثقال ذرة شرا يرى. Whoever does an atom weight of good deeds shall reap the good harvest, and whoever does an atom weight of bad deeds shall reap the evil outcome. It also confirms the experiences and examination, or confirms the prophetic assertion that Malul Harami la yadumu wa indama la yuntafa'u bih. Any property, assuming that even the success in an examination is likened to a property. It earned you first class, it earned you second class order. Whatever it earns you, if it has emanated from haram, it's not just money, it's not just property that this hadith is referring to. Anything that becomes yours, anything that you own. Now, if that thing has emanated from haram, the Prophet is saying that it will never endure. And if it does, it won't last. And if it does, you cannot give account of how you use it because it will not benefit you. Therefore, we recommend as follows. Face your primary assignment. Your primary assignment on the campus is your studies. Face your studies squarely. Just last week, we were saying that do not engage in civil societies. Don't cut corners. There is no shortcut. No shortcut to success in an examination. You have to read for it. You have to prepare for it. And as we have said earlier, وَمَنْ يَعْمَلْ مِثْقَالَ ذَرَّةٍ خَيْرًا يَرَهُ. Do not rely on anybody to pass an exam. Rely solely on your own personal effort and on the assistance of the Almighty Allah. Listen to the Quran. فَإِذَا فَرَغْتَ فَانْصَبْ وَإِلَىٰ رَبِّكَ فَارْغَب. Even at your leisure time, is that character. You finish from everything. You are at your leisure time. Even at your leisure time, فَإِذَا فَرَغْتَ فَانْصَبْ. Labor again so that you may succeed. But after the labor, إِلَىٰ رَبِّكَ فَارْغَب. Put your trust in the Almighty Allah. Work hard even at your leisure time and put your trust finally in the Almighty Allah. Do not cheat in any form. Cheating in any form has devastating consequences. We are reaping some of the devastating consequences. What is Boko Haram? The majority of them are not educated. They cannot critically assess any statement you make. So if once you say, this one, I doesn't like it, no criticism, no reference to the Quran, no evidence, no proof, he becomes mad when he starts shooting at sight. Do not cheat in any form because cheating has devastating consequences. One of the consequences is that there will be no national development. When you get to a country where people get to position through cheating, through buying certificates, through other people sitting for another person in an examination, he will sit for you in the examination. When you are appointed a minister, he won't be there to perform on your behalf. And there you will be exposed. So national development of the nation will be retarded. Retardation in all forms, in all its ramifications. Social retardation, everything in all spheres. Be conscious of the Almighty Allah under all circumstances, even in an examination hall, bearing in mind that the Almighty Allah is everywhere. Never feed on haram. Never feed on haram in any form, because the consequence of any form of haram is hellfire. Fear Allah and He will teach you better. Wattaqullah wa yu'allimukum Allah. This is Surah Al-Baqarah. When you fear the Almighty Allah as He ought to be feared, After your lecturers get are finished lecturing, the Almighty Allah Himself will lecture you. The Almighty Allah will teach you. The Almighty Allah Himself will inspire you. Inspire you. Try it and you will see the results. Fear Allah and you provide an outlet. وَمَنْ يَتَّقِ اللَّهَ يَجْعَلْ لَهُ مَخْرَجًا وَيَرْزُقْهُ مِنْ حَيْثُ لَا يَحْتَسِبُ وَمَنْ يَتَّقِ اللَّهَ. Whoever fears the Almighty Allah will provide for him or her from nowhere, from where you least expect. Astaghfiru rabbakum innahu kana ghaffara. Seek forgiveness from the Almighty Allah. Allah is ever ready to forgive and to forget. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen. Allahumma salli ala Sayyidina Muhammadin wa ala alihi wa sahbihi ajma'in. Ẹ̀bẹ̀rẹ̀ ìdánwò lọ́jọ́ àtẹ̀lé níjà àrùn. Bàbá ti ń parí sẹ́mẹ́sítà kọ̀ọ̀kan, ètò wà láti máa ṣe ìdánwò. Ìdánwò dàbí ẹgbẹ́ àlìkíyà. Ẹ máa sọ fún wa wípé àlìkíyà máa ń bẹ pé ká ti ìsáná kí èso òògùn. Ká ti rí bá ti ń ṣe láyé. Fún ọmọ àgbàdo adáwọ̀ bá gbọ́n mọ́ pé bí ẹ ká gbọ́n ọmọ rẹ̀ ìwúwo tá a fi ṣe mẹ́ta ṣe. Wọ́n mọ̀ ní àbíwọ̀n mọ́, wọ́n ṣe dáa ní àbíwọ̀n ṣe dáa. Àwọn ọmọ adáwọ̀ la gbàgbọ́n yẹn. Àfàṣìtún àná ọlọ́kùnrin fún àbọ̀fà. Ìwà ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ àfihàn báyìí lásán. Àwọn kan ń darí, àwọn kan ń jìbìtì, àwọn kan ń gbogbo Nàìjíríà lè lẹ́yìn ìkùnlé. Ọjọ́ tí wọ́n fẹ́ wọ́n kọ̀ lọ́jọ́ ìjà máa fi wá. Tí o bá sí bá ìjà máa àbùsí tó dání. Àbùsí tó dání wọ́n bá sí bá ìjà máa ọ̀dọ́ béèrè. Ọjọ́ tí wọ́n bí alẹ́ òní bò láti lọ ayé wa. Ìwé èèyàn bí léèrè. Bóòlù tí mo sẹ́mẹ́sítà tó kọjá. Ẹ fi sọ́jà tí ó kiri ní. Ẹ fi ṣe bí òkùnkùn. Ìṣòro ẹni bá. Òwúrọ̀ ẹni kò tó jẹ́ ọ̀pọ̀ máa ń lé ní ẹrù ní ìwá bí òkè odò ní ń sùn. Ibi ìlú sì gbalẹ̀ sí, iná ọgbà ló gbalẹ̀ sí. Dáadáa. Káàtì ẹ̀ fi fọra yé bí. Wọ́n wà ní lágbájá lọ́kọ̀ lágbájá láti bèrè ìyàwó rẹ̀. Àbígbó tí bá ti ní Nàìjíríà bàjẹ́. Gbogbo àwọn ọ̀gáwọ̀ wọn sẹ́wọ̀n sórí ìrọ̀lẹ́. Kì í sọ̀rọ̀ ẹ̀rí ẹ̀yẹ lọ́wọ́ tó sì yẹ kí lóṣù tó lẹ́jọ́. Ayé ti bàjẹ́ ní gbogbo àti máa ń dé lọ àṣìṣọ́. Lẹ́yìn náà wá sọ̀rọ̀ bí ẹ̀wọ̀n náà. Bẹ́ẹ̀ máa ń bá lọ báyìí tẹ́ ẹ fi kú. Irun yá àná ẹ̀ kú sí. Wọ́n dàda kàtàkìtì ni. Ó sì ṣe nínú. Wọ́n yẹ tẹ́ wà bẹ́ẹ̀ ẹ ti bí ìdáhùn tẹ́ ń ṣe tẹ́ bẹ̀rẹ̀ dàrín. Wọ́n kò yege gbogbo yín. Àwọn kan ti gbọ́ lọ́wọ́ lọ́wọ́. Àti wà lọ́wọ́ pé bàbá fẹ́ àfiṣẹ́ lé àṣìmọ́. Ṣùgbọ́n ẹ̀yẹ́ ìdí ìgbàgbé tó ní mọ́rùn rí mọ́ lọ́wọ́ orí ọ̀rẹ́ lẹ́kọ̀ọ́ àtọ́lé ṣe bẹ̀rẹ̀. Wọ́n bá ti wà parí bí ètò wọn máa ṣe fún ọkọ̀ tí wọ́n bí èyí ìdí mọ́ lọ. Gbègbè. Bàbá náà tó wà ní àríwá sí àwọn ọ̀tá. Bàbá náà tó àmì àríwá ìṣòro bàbá náà tó wà ní ìlànà ọ̀bìnà. Bàbá náà tó àmì náà náà tó kọ̀tọ̀lẹ́nà lé wà fún àná wọ́n fún lẹ́nà wà hàmà أنت مولانا فانصرنا على القوم الكافرين. أقول قولي هذا وأستغفر الله لي ولكم وسبحان ربك رب العزة عما يصفون والسلام على المرسلين والحمد لله رب العالمين. السلام عليكم.